Hi, I'm Phyllis, southernfrugal.com. This afternoon we're going to make some little tartlet shells. Now you can fill these with just about anything. We like to fill them with strawberry jelly. They're really good, very buttery and crispy. Now I've made these before just with regular all-purpose flour, but last week I made some using bread flour, and they just turned out so much better. So we're going to just do one like that we did last week today. So first thing you need is 1.5 sticks of butter, or 3/4 a cup of butter. And what I did was shred it on my little shredding apparatus here on this side, and I put it back in the refrigerator to get it back cold again. Alright, so this is King Arthur bread flour, and this is 2 cups. It's not sifted now, it's just 2 cups. I'm going to put some in, about 3/4 of that, in with the butter. I'm going to also add a teaspoon of salt. Now my butter is salted, but still we're using a lot of flour here. Now I'm going to use my hands, but I'm going to go put on some plastic gloves just to make this easier. Hold on. Alright, I got on a plastic glove now. I'm going to put my hands in there and just mix that all up. And to me, this is easier than using one of those little devices that you cut the butter in. It just works out better. You can get the butter really a smaller little size. Alright, we're going to go ahead and use the rest of that flour, so that would be 2 cups. We've got some extra flour here because we're going to sprinkle that on the surface. Alright, now I'm going to put the water in now. And I'm using ice water. So we'll start out with 5 tablespoons. We'll see how that does, and then we might have to add more. Just gently kind of mix that in. You have to do this really fast so that butter doesn't start melting. Alright, all you want to do is for it to come together. Alright, we're going to probably need at least 2 more tablespoons of water, using ice water. Alright, now, let's see if we can get it come together now. Alright, going to need 2 more. I hope y'all are keeping count, because I'm not. Alright, still more. Now, part of the reason for it needing the extra water is the bread flour has more gluten in it. So we're going to use 1, 2 more. Alright, now that's what we're looking for right there. Probably need at least 1 more. Alright, now for sure that's going to do it. Yeah. Now with me putting my hands in this, it's going to cause that butter to, start getting a little softer. Alright, now we're going to roll this out. Got the saran wrap on my cooktop just because that's a real smooth surface. Now I'm going to take that glove off. I'm going to put plenty of flour on the surface. Alright. Now we're going brush this out. Flour on that. Whoop. I'm going to actually kind of roll it out in an oblong shape. All right, there we go. More flour on top. More flour on my rolling pin. You have to do this really quick. All right, I'm going to roll this out real thin and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back, and what I'm going to use to cut these out is just a little bowl, and I'm using that size because I want to make them go down into the little cups, the little cupcake places. All right, now I'm going to do one and show you. All right, so as when you put the bowl down, kind of turn it around and around a little bit. Now, you have to work fast because you've got a lot of butter in here. So what I do, let me turn this down so you can see, is I pull up the saran wrap and kind of let it come off in my hand, like that. And then just go ahead and put it right down in the little cup, like that. Let some of it be sticking up, like that. There you go. All right, I'm going to do the rest of these and I'll be back. It won't be but a minute or two here. Okay, I've gotten 8 of the little tartlets in, and with the flour or the dough that was left over, I quickly rolled it out again to make 2 more. Just want to squish it around a little bit, which kind of makes the edges a little thicker, like that. Just gently take it up by lifting up the saran wrap is the best way to do it. And then for the last one, show you how I'm doing this. I just first push it down in the middle and then just kind of even it out. Now these are going to puff up right much within the little cup, so you don't really have to worry too much about what they look like at this point. And you can do some fancy stuff around the edge if you wanted to, but I really think they look better to just leave them kind of, you know, uneven looking. All right, so there they are. They're going to go in the oven, 400 degrees for about, let me check my time here. All right, I'm looking. Forgot how long I baked them before. Okay, I see now. 400 degrees for about 25 minutes. When you take them out of the oven, now they're going to come right out, and you can put them on a wire rack so they'll stay real crispy. Now I did put the tiniest amount of shortening in the bottom of each of these little cups, but you don't really have to do that unless you're worried that they might stick, which I always worry about that. So just a little bit of shortening in the bottom, not around the side, because you don't want them to come loose from the side until they're really done. All right, in the oven, 400 degrees for about 25 minutes. We'll be back. Okay, we have just taken these little tartlet shells out of the oven. They're really very hot, but I'm going to go ahead and take them out and sit them on this rack if I can. And see how they puffed all up? All right, these are very hot. We'll be right back. Let me get all these off. All right, I got them all out of the little cupcake pan. Now they're going to be really crispy. Let me pick one up. They're still kind of hot. See, nice and brown all over. So if you don't take them out now of the little cupcake pan, they're not going to be crispy. You want to take them out immediately and let them cool on a wire rack. Now let me also add that these freeze very, very well. You can just put them in a plastic bag once they're cool, put them in the freezer. If you want to take them for some kind of gathering, like a church gathering or something, you can fill them while they're really still frozen and take them. They work really, really well. All right, we're going to be back in a minute after these cool, and I'm going to fill one with jelly and show you what it looks like. Okay, we're back, and these little tartlets, tartlet shells we'll call them, are partially, they're still a little warm, but I wanted to show you. Now I filled this with my favorite jelly or fruit spread. It's really good. All right, that's what it looks like. All right. See, light and airy and extremely buttery, which I love, love, love. All right, so I'm going to take one to Mr. Bucky. It's going to tide us over to lunchtime. I hope y'all will try these. And again, the whole key to making these is to use bread, flour, and butter. They're just absolutely delicious. They freeze very well. You can just put them in a plastic bag. That's what I've done before. Just put them in a plastic bag and freeze them. And if you want to take them out for a meal, like 3, even 2 would work for a meal. If you wanted to fill them with they're just very, very buttery. If you wanted to fill them with almost anything, you could do fruits and put some whipped cream on them, put pudding in them, and all that. Now I would not fill them till I'm ready to use them though. And tuna fish salad, chicken salad would be great in these. They're very crunchy, very crunchy. All right, y'all, we will see y'all next time. Bye for now.